It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Turn super. Okay, promise me. If I turn Super Saiyan right now,
What does that mean?
you are gonna turn Super Saiyan.
From Dragon Ball Z, when your hair goes gold, he gets strong.
Is that when
Yeah.
you turn into a? Hang on. Is that when you turn into a werewolf?
No, not at all. It's supposed to be an alien ape.
Does he go Super Saiyan in this movie?
I'm
No.
I'm
Okay.
so
I thought
baffled
that's-
that you don't know any of this.
I
Like,
thought
it's-
that's
Yeah.
what the ape monkey thing was.
It's not Super Saiyan.
No.
It's a slap to the face to whatever it's supposed to be.
We'll get to it.
We'll
But
get to it.
Can you go Super Saiyan? Just explain it to me.
But only if Sharmaarke agrees to go Super
Please,
Saiyan.
I don't know what it means. You have to do it.
I'm legitimately not gonna lie. I was not gonna do it, but I can't flex on you now. Okay.
Yes, you're gonna do it.
Will you take your shirt off and do it? Oh yeah. Oh, he gets it. He gets it. Yeah.
Straight to nipple rubs.
Absolutely.
How about
Okay.
them pants
Right,
too?
with them
Oh,
pants
yeah,
too,
yeah.
Playboy.
Okay, go Christian. 1, 2, 3.
I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I'm scared.
You have to scream, bro.
I don't want to scream. I don't want to scream.
That sounds like it's a dangerous little area.
Yeah, you
across
just
Okay,
pull
your
the
turn.
mic away.
Your turn.
Fuck no, you didn't do it.
What do you mean?
That-
That was going half Super Saiyan.
Stop it, bro.
Is it just
Semi-super.
Saiyan?
What?
Is half Super Saiyan?
No, it's still halfway there. I think. I don't know the logistics
Is there
behind it.
normal Saiyan? Is there like a level of just
Yes.
I'm sane?
Yeah.
Saiyan. So
saying.
I'm Saiyan.
Saiyan. Oh, it sounds like we're gonna have to do a lot of explaining
Saying.
for this entire thing.
Let me start with apologizing to you two, and Jonathan, and the baddies, and the entire Dragon Ball Z franchise. This is the best piece of art I've ever seen. I learned that this movie sparked countless cartoons and animes and mangoes, and it was just an incredible
so upset.
start. No, am I wrong? Am I incorrect?
Mangas.
Mangas.
Oh my goodness.
Mangas.
Mango.
But it started the mangas.
No, it
Oh.
did not. It was supposed to be derived from it, but it is barely even derived from the source material.
I don't know where it
What
started.
percentage of this movie is source material?
I think the names?
That's about it. Just the names.
bruh.
Just the names.
Everything else is trash.
So we have a
Absolute garbage.
difficult task at hand, and we're gonna have to. We'll talk about it.
Do we have to? Though?
I'm so excited.
We don't have to necessarily defend it, but if there's any
I'll be defending it because I think this is a great film. I'm pretty sure half of it was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Then
straight up, dude.
It was legit the wind bending. I was like, okay.
he says air, water, and fire bending at one point. Roshi says that.
Roshi.
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 Anyways, welcome,
Yes,
baddies.
welcome to another episode of ICBTB
ICBTB
podcast, also known as.
It can't be that bad.
We are joined today once again by the great Sharmaarke. If you did not listen to the Tuesday episode, stop this right now. Go
Stop
ahead and
this right now.
Listen to the Tuesday episode, and we talk about a lot of stuff. Okay, Sharmaarke, I was kind of the one that recommended and suggested this movie because you hadn't thought of a movie yet.
Right.
And I suggested this because I know that you have a particular strong affinity toward the Dragon Ball Z franchise.
You might be onto something.
Okay, and so do you want to expand on that? What does it mean to you? What does like Dragon Ball mean to you?
I feel like every kid at some point it meant something to him. I mean, if you knew of it,
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's like what shaped pop culture to a certain extent, right? You know, everyone screamed Kamehameha or Super Saiyan or they know a name. It's kind of like Pokemon synonymous. Oh, a Pikachu.
Yep.
You know something that it derived from because it's so just ingrained in our society. It was like one of the first animes that we've ever come across. We were like, oh, that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's what the shit is. Yeah, I'll watch this.
Before anime was as, I guess, normally consumed as it is
Right.
in America, like it is now, because like Demon Slayer having been released and
Fire.
it's available everywhere, and it's as a theatrical release. People like anime culture is at its peak right now.
Yeah.
In like regular pop culture. This was available on. Did you never watched animes growing up? You didn't watch Toonami or anything like that?
I knew about Toonami. I watched Pokemon, maybe the first couple of cartoons. But no, I knew Dragon Ball Z was a thing. A friend of the show and part-time lawyer of the show, Darius, would talk about Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that all the time to me, and Yu-Gi-Oh! and Digimon, and I stopped. Pokemon was enough for me. Pokemon was more than enough for me, because I spent a lot of time watching sports.
Well, you know, I'm gonna say that you missed out. Yeah, you.
I
could
did. I
skip-
clearly did. Because, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to say, you mentioned that everybody knows of it. I've known of it for quite a bit. So some of these things, unfortunately, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, that's how it is. And then I come to this and then you guys are like, nope, Alex, it's way wrong. But I kind of like these characters, guys. I kind of like how they are in this movie. No?
You're gonna no. You're gonna like them way more in the actual show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should.
Down to try it,
Because
I guess.
here's a way to you have an affinity toward comic books. You are
I
like
do.
DC heavy.
Yes.
This is just the Japanese version of comic books. That's what it literally is.
That is a beautiful way of explaining it.
And the fight scenes, especially
But hang
with
on.
Dragon Ball Z.
I get that it's a Japanese version of DC, but I don't like the German version of love stories. You know, I don't like the French version of action films. I why do I need it? I have the American version of it. That makes me very happy.
No, but this is like still it's same but different, you know? And so
You
with
know how to get to me, buddy.
especially with
He knows what to say to get to my heart.
Because I was stumped. I was like, I don't know what to say about that one. That was a good one. I guess we're done.
but with
He gets me.
With this anime in particular was banned from a lot of like my friends' households that I knew back
violent.
then because it was too violent. Right
Power
up your
Rangers was
alley.
violent.
I mean,
Power Rangers was banned in some of my friends' homes.
yeah, but like in comparison, this was actually gritty. You see blood, the fight scenes, and the
Oh, yeah.
when they get up in the air and they are punching each other like 1,000 punches in 10 seconds, going at it, and with the key blasts and everything.
It's fire.
It is amazing. The fighting games you would actually enjoy because they're impeccable. This is it's gritty, and it was
It was like if you wanted to be a superhero,
yeah.
this is what you play. You're like, oh, okay, this is what it's probably like to be Superman, but from the Japanese perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple.
I get that, but I wanted to be Superman, though.
Did you, though?
I did.
But he's not even that good.
Then you're gonna you guys are gonna fight. You guys are gonna fight.
If there was no Superman, there would be no Goku. No, Superman is why we have superheroes. He's why we have comic books.
In the West.
in the West.
In the West.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to argue that point.
Right? I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't watch some Dragon Ball Z to learn further.
I honestly, you know what?
Yep.
But here's my thing about Dragon Ball Z. Before we get into the movie, and let's finish up with the cartoon.
Got it.
Do I start at season 1, episode 1? But there's so many different versions.
Dragon
of it.
Ball. It goes Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. You could skip GT and
Oh, absolutely. Skip that.
skip
Super.
GT. And then I haven't watched Super, so I don't know.
I'll tell you right now. Don't.
Really?
Wasn't there a character who turns people into chocolate?
Yes, Majin Buu.
Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember playing pretend in elementary school with my friends, and Darius would be Boo, and I would be like Superman or the Green Ranger or something, because that's how kids play. And you know what? I could not understand how he thought I would lose the battles.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
You're chocolate.
And then
what is
he'd eat me, so I would just cut him from the inside with my dragon dagger, which he said is not a thing or something, but is, I don't know.
Let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it. If it pleases the court, I have an itty bitty nitty gritty.
It pleases the court.
Thank you, sir. We watched a movie called Dragon Ball Evolution. It was released in the year 2009 and has a runtime of 1 hour, 40 minutes, or, for Melissa, 100 minutes.
He does that.
This film has a rating. It has a rating of a 2.5 out of 10 on IMDb,
Woo.
a shocking 15% on Rotten Tomatoes,
So good.
and a 45% on Metacritic. Christian
I already
and new
know.
friend Sharmaarke. Okay, then don't answer.
I won't.
New friend Sharmaarke. We like to ask our friends what percentage of Google users approve of this film, and it's a thumbs up, thumb down rating.
Oh, 0. It was wildly not appreciated. or
You don't think
received.
one person hit a thumbs up?
I think.
I mean, you know more than one person did.
yeah, but I think the majority of the fan base was like, "This is trash."
Yeah, for
it's,
sure.
It's fair. I think this takes the title of lowest ranked Google user in ICBTB history.
Yep, it
I
does.
think without a shadow of a doubt.
For sure. Yeah, I agree.
You are incorrect, unfortunately, because it was rated 23% on Google.
So low.
Which
but
is
also, in the scope
less than a
of this
quarter.
movie, Still too high.
I was just thinking, I was like, that sounds way too high. I wouldn't even give it that.
Maybe
so
people like me who saw it and was like, this is kind of enjoyable. I mean, I had fun watching it. I didn't fall asleep. I will say that. There are some films that I have to keep myself awake on. Jason X. But this one, I loved it. I did kind of tune out a couple of times because I was like, oh, now he's a wolf.
The only way you could enjoy this is if you have zero recollection of what
Nothing
the
at all.
anime is.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Is this how when people like my mom watches Avengers and she has no idea who Captain America is or no reference? When I watch Dragon Ball Z, is that how it is?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
No wonder she
Same,
doesn't
same, but
understand
different,
man.
shit about
Same.
the Avengers.
Yeah,
Like
man.
when a lot of parents just watch superhero movies, I like what's happening, and they don't understand the grander scheme. You're like, no, that doesn't make sense from the comics, X, Y, and Z. But they're like, I just took it for what it was, a fun movie. And you're like, no, you don't get it. Get out of my face.
Yep.
Same thing.
Exactly.
I'm a mom.
Yeah, you are essentially a mom.
A MILF.
Honestly, not the worst thing I've been called.
there you go, man.
Synapses coming at you.
Right at you.
On his 18th birthday, Goku receives a mystical Dragon Ball as a gift from his grandfather. There are only 6 others like it in the whole world, and a legend has it that whomever possesses all 7 will be granted one perfect wish. When the arrival of dark forces triggers a tragedy, Goku and his companions are propelled into an epic quest to collect the 7 Dragon Balls and save the Earth from destruction. This movie was directed by James Wong and had a budget of $30 million. Wow. Would you guys like to guess how much money this movie made in its box office?
Already know it.
I want to guess like 50,000.
$50,000?
Way too more?
That's
Yeah.
more, yeah.
Okay.
Because it had a theatrical release, so that's a
Okay,
pretty easy number to break.
Because I feel like the first couple of views, people will probably spread the word. Okay, I'll be nice and say 5 million.
More accurate.
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I just want to pull up one thing for
Because,
us.
word spreads fast.
Yeah.
And so the first people who probably watched this movie was like, this is trash.
Trash. And then, like, with that, less people are going to go to
go watch
the
it.
theaters.
Yeah.
Especially since, let's say, this came out in 2009, which is, like, toward the end of the Dragon Ball Z legacy, but still a lot of, like, the fans have matured.
Right.
They're probably in high school or in college. And only to find out that it's a huge disappointment, man.
Well, you know what? People definitely paid a lot of money, and they definitely enjoyed watching this film because it made $58.2 million in its box office recoup. That's not counting DVD sales and like Halloween costumes and shit like that. Just so you know, that's more money than the country of Estonia made last year. That's more money than the country of Bosnia. That's more than the country of Madagascar and Albania. So this movie that you guys hate so much makes more than some real people.
Whoa, that's crazy. A video that I was watching said that it only made like $9 million. Maybe it's opening weekend or some
For
shit
sure.
like that.
Opening weekend, it made very little, but I think the whole box office, the whole run of the box office, according to Wikipedia, which is God in this generation, 58.2 million.
That's ridiculous to me.
Is that taking into consideration like maybe like world also, or is it just
For sure. I think it's
Yeah.
worldwide gross. I mean, I can give me a second, if you will, sir. Please vamp.
This movie was trash.
yeah, there's nothing else to talk about. It was garbage.
That's it, and the episode's over. But you're right. The only thing that this has accurate are some of the characters and some of the characters. The fact that there was no Krillin. This movie takes place when Dragon Ball is supposed to exist.
I was like, Goku looks pretty grown.
Goku is a high schooler. He's not a kid with a monkey tail.
Nope, he's some guy who looks like he came out of Beverly Hills.
Yes, we see.
He looks good. I like the way he looks. This movie was, when it released, it was 8th place in the box office behind movies like Hannah Montana the movie, Fast and Furious, Monsters vs. Aliens, Observe and Report, Knowing, I Love You Man, and The Haunting in Connecticut.
Behind all of those?
It was behind all of those. And then in
Makes
its
sense.
second weekend, it dropped to 11th place.
Oh, God.
But by the end of its run, the film had grossed in the United States and Canada alone $9.36 million.
That's the number I was
And the
looking for.
international growth, $48.8 million. So together, worldwide gross, $58,228,460 in its box office recoup.
Yeah, America was not having that though. It's
Yeah.
garbage.
But
Yes.
people bought the costumes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that movie made money.
In different ways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely paid for making it. I
Yeah,
mean,
he definitely recouped.
what Sony or whatever laughed their way all the way to the bank.
Absolutely.
It's a 20th Century Fox.
20th century. Oh, Disney
So,
now.
20th
This is
century.
a Disney film now.
Crazy.
We're gonna see Goku in a Moana video.
Goku's a Disney prince.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I did.
Let's get into it. Please
quite
explain.
a good amount of research for this because, let's objectively speaking, this movie's a piece of fucking trash, and so
Here's my research for the film.
very accurate. So I had to do research because that's the only way that I was going to stay interested in this movie was like, how the fuck was this made? And I found out. So 20th Century Fox, they received the rights to making a film in 2002, but it took about 7 years to make because a director did not have, and I'll choose on you in just a second, a director did not have interest in it for another 7 years. They were like looking at other directors like Zack Snyder to kind of tackle this. They were looking at George Lucas to probably tackle this.
No, he sucks.
And they were looking at Stephen Chow, the director and creator of Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer. If you've seen any of those, who takes a very comedic take on action. Kung Fu oriented films. Those are great.
Is that
and I
how
think
Dragon Ball
he
Z would have been?
That's how I think it would have been. Well, I don't know how it would have been under Stephen
Is that how
Chow,
it should have been?
but it would have been better, and I think he would have done it more justice than this guy.
Is it true that in the 90s, Jackie Chan wanted to be in a Dragon Ball Z movie?
I didn't do research that far enough, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I had heard in my scratch of the Pandora's box that is Dragon Ball that I could just smell I was about to dip my toe in. I saw that Jackie Chan at one point wanted to potentially be in this film, but he said that it would take a lot of special effects and an incredible director. And then in the next paragraph, almost it was Beckett.
Who could you see Jackie Chan playing?
Yamcha.
Yamcha? A young Jackie Chan as Yamcha. An older Jackie Chan maybe Roshi?
Yeah.
Think so?
You think so?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if he could do it comedically, and I think he could have done it.
Maybe.
Could he do Grandpa? Because Grandpa dies.
Grandpa.
Here's the thing about Grandpa. Grandpa never shows up in the show.
What? No Grandpa in the...
No Grandpa.
I think he's dead already by the time we...
Yeah, because Goku's already like 18.
Yeah.
So all that time passed.
Yeah, man. A lot of inaccuracies with this movie.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
they were just swinging for the fences.
This movie, I think they did a. I would be upset if it was Superman and they did this shit to Superman.
Didn't they at some point?
Well, Smallville was okay, actually.
Not in Smallville. They had that other one with the giant floating kryptonite island.
That was Superman
that?
Returns, and
Yeah.
it actually wasn't that bad.
He's a fan of it.
Yeah.
He's a fan of it.
It was the last camp film in the 2000s.
Okay. Wasn't that the one when the bullet bounces off his eye or something like that?
Was that not incredible? Is that not an incredible?
They were like, we're going to put the whole budget into this scene.
Rightly so.
Right here.
Rightly so. The acting sucks. The contact lens budget blew us out of money. Let's make the bullet crushing in Superman's eye incredible.
Right, this is the selling point. Got
And
it.
that's
the
it.
selling point.
I remember that scene,
Yeah.
and that's like the only scene that I remember from
And
it
then
watching
the
it the
random
first time.
goons
Honestly,
just beat up Superman on it. I was like,
the
the
random-
random goons?
the random goons who I think one of them was from Boy Meets World.
Facts.
And the other one is Kumar from Harold and Kumar, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
Yes.
Kumar's over here getting punches in on the Man of Steel.
He kicks him straight in the face. Anyways, we're talking about Dragon Ball, guys.
Touché.
And in this movie, Goku is 17, 18?
17 turning 18.
Right.
Because
Okay.
when
It's his birthday.
Yep.
And he spends every birthday with his grandpa except for this one because he's at a party. I believe her name is Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi, who that is an accurate
That's your name.
yeah, the actual name. And
So all the names were characters.
Goku, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Yamcha, Roshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piccolo.
Grandpa.
Piccolo. Well, like I said,
No,
not
not
exist.
grandpa, not grandpa. Will you guys okay, how about this? Will you guys tell me the story of Dragon Ball, how he like became Goku? And then I will compare that to the film that I know and love because that's the only Goku that I know.
I'll let you take this because
Set up.
here, you go ahead.
I mean, it
Like,
follows,
what's Goku's origin story?
It follows a very familiar path that you might be familiar with. Alien from a different planet. His planet is destroyed.
Hang on a second. Goku's an alien?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's an alien from a different planet.
Goku's Superman.
That's why he said, yeah, a very different path that you might be familiar with.
Very
Listen to this, dude. You might love the stories.
A very similar origin story. He's from a different planet. He's an alien. Comes here. His planet gets destroyed by a bad guy who was trying to wipe them out from existence because he was like, oh, yeah, they're way too powerful. This is the problem. So he blows them up. He survives along with other guys, but he's the guy we're following. He comes to Earth. his whole focus was their people were trained to be conquerors, but when he lands, he hits his head, he forgets all that, and so he becomes the savior of the planet instead. And then he's raised by his grandpa, who's like, "Oh, I'm a nice guy," so he teaches him to be nice rather than being the psychopath that he should have been when he grew up. And yeah, that's Goku in a nutshell.
Is he a werewolf in the comics or in the cartoons?
It's supposed to be like an ape.
Yeah, it was supposed to be an ape.
He's supposed to have a monkey tail.
He is though, right? He is a monkey?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a monkey.
That species, that alien species that he derives from, they all have tails.
They all have tails.
And in the show, you'll meet other Saiyans that try to come to Earth to conquer it, that he fights off, that have those tails too. They're all Saiyans.
And they all turn to monkeys when they see the full moon.
Yep.
Context.
I really like this, guys.
And the monkeys are way cooler in the cartoon.
I didn't know what that was. I was like,
whatever the fuck I saw on that screen.
Werewolf monkey.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible, bro.
Is there a lot of eclipses in the cartoon? Because this whole movie is centered around an eclipse.
This movie was
very heavy on eclipse.
Yeah.
A little too heavy.
No, so the eclipse means nothing.
I mean, just like in this movie.
For him to transform, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they put way too much on it. I was like, oh, relax.
Interesting.
What do you think about the actor that portrayed Goku?
Oh, it was trash. It was all
Fantastic.
trash.
Oh.
Everything was trash.
I will say, so that's Justin Chatwin. Sidebar fun fact, Justin Chatwin and Emmy Rossum, who plays Bulma, them two are, for seasons 1 and 2 of Shameless, they were the leads. She's
That's right.
he was the romantic interest. And so I found that was funny that they both somehow ended up in this shitty film. Anyway, at the time, a lot of the actors signed up on board because they were told that it was going to be a big budget film with a budget of $120 million. And that Stephen Chow was going to be the director. And at the time, Stephen Chow had already come out with Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle. And so they're like, yes, we're on board. That's why they got people like Chow Yun Fat. That's why they got, I forget the name of the guy, James something, that played Piccolo. He's a notable actor too. He signed on too. And then they filmed almost all of it in Mexico, specifically in an abandoned gene factory.
Fantastic. That's called making it work,
That's
baby.
a great way to start it off.
Honestly, it looked like a volcano to me.
Didn't they even have? They had a moment where the creator of the series Dragon Ball came on set, pissed off.
Akira Toriyama, yeah.
And they had to escort him out because he's crazy, losing his shit because he was like, this is trash.
He gave so much input in trying to like write the script.
Actively was like, hey, do this, and the guy was like, yeah. So had the monkey look like a werewolf. He's like, wait, no, stop it, no, what's happening? And it was wild because they had to just like glaze over, like, oh yeah, this difference of opinions. Like, oh no, he was pissed.
Yo,
wow.
But you know what this movie did for him? He was so pissed off about it that he didn't want Dragon Ball Evolution to be the last thing that people remembered seeing when they thought of the Dragon Ball franchise.
Is that what he made GT?
That's why he made
Wow.
I don't know if that's why he made GT, but this is why he came out with movies afterwards.
Touché.
And then Super.
Okay.
Which you're not a fan of. I know some people that are fans of it, but like the movies I haven't seen, are they good?
Yeah, I mean they do what they're supposed to do. They're big guys who punch each other. Like, that's what's up.
Broly, yeah.
Broly.
Yep.
Fire.
Hell yeah.
You got to see that. If you're going to watch any Dragon Ball Z movie, just look for anything that says Broly on it. And then just be like, this is going to appease me in the most visceral, manliest way possible.
Broly's a big motherfucker.
I know there's going to be a lot of people who listen to this podcast who are in the same boat as me, who don't watch anime. So what's the first film I should dip my toe in? Since I've apparently wasted an hour and 40 minutes of my life watching this film, how do I get
We'll talk about the movie in a second.
How do I get that back in like, what's the best Dragon Ball movie that can like make me feel okay?
I think the newer one was fire. Absolutely amazing. But I don't know if you need context. I think if you just watch it have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen any of the movies.
None of them?
My journey with Dragon Ball.
I thought we were
He's gonna
sailing
fight you,
the
Christian.
seas
No,
of
this
DBZ.
is why
punch you in the mouth.
I need you here because he has no knowledge. I have knowledge up until
I have knowledge.
You have zero.
It's an hour 45 minutes worth of knowledge. What are you talking about?
I did a magic trick earlier. That takes knowledge.
Takes knowledge. Yeah.
So yeah, my journey with Dragon Ball ends with the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
After that, GT came out, and I was so turned off by it that I was hands off up until now, and I just haven't
Super
had time.
Saiyan 4 was pretty fire though.
I bought those toys, and I played games where they do get Super Saiyan 4 and all that stuff.
That's all I took from it. But go ahead. But I digress. Yeah, man. But
yeah,
the movies are fire, man. They did what they're supposed to do. But watch the new one, Dragon Ball Z Broly. It's fire.
Let's talk about the movie a little bit because I have a couple of questions. As a Dragon Ball virgin, having my hymen ripped, I would like to ask a couple of questions about why I'm crying. Number one, why is he getting for his birthday essentially birthday wishes?
Oh, you're talking about the Dragon Ball.
Which seems very they didn't seem important to me. It seemed like the friendships he made on the way were far more important than these Dragon Balls. Are the Dragon Balls very important in the comics?
I mean, yeah, they're very.
name.
That's the name of
Does
the whole
anybody
series.
make a
show.
wish? Because they made a wish at the end of the film. And my other question
Constantly.
is, they're constantly making wishes?
Constantly wishes are made to bring people back from the dead or to, mostly to bring people back from the dead a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Well, they did that in this movie.
However, the afterlife in the cartoons, not that bad.
Not that bad.
It's
I'd be
paradise,
like,
but they have a halo.
don't bring me back.
That's actually kind of cool.
Don't bring me back.
How come Goku, my question is, how come Goku didn't bring back his grandfather from the dead?
That's
Great question.
It's actually a largely asked question
That's
for
a
this
great
movie.
question. I was like,
Because didn't his grandpa die maybe a week before any of this shit happened?
yeah, I was like, okay, I guess we just said F my grandpa now. huh?
Yeah,
That's
he
what we're
chose Roshi, Master Roshi, over his
Who's
grandpa.
cool? Who's a far funnier character for sure? But I mean, the whole thing's about his grandpa dying, right? So the one chance he gets to like make it right, he doesn't bring his grandpa back.
It was the catalyst. His death was the catalyst.
It was an interesting movie.
No, the catalyst was Homegirl's was Homegirl, Chi-Chi.
Oh, Chi-Chi?
Yeah, because literally anytime he does something cool, it's because Chi-Chi was like,
Okay, I will speak real quick.
Okay.
Objectively speaking,
Chi-Chi was beautiful.
separating my yes, I love
And I'm not even
Jamie
into
Chung.
Asians. I'm really not. I don't mean
I
that in a bad
love
way, but it's, you know.
Jamie Chung.
He was great in Fast and Furious.
I love Jamie Chung. So, objectively speaking, separating my Dragon Ball knowledge brain from like let's just watch this damn movie brain. I liked the scenes where he was in high school dealing with bullies and all that stuff. As far away as it was from the source material,
It's fun.
it was funny.
The whole car thing when he's doing like handstands and head spins.
When he beats up the group of bullies without laying a finger on any of them, pretty badass. And I would like to do that in front of the girl that I'm trying to woo. You know?
I could do that for you. I could pretend to fight you, and then you could like dodge all my punches.
Sure, yeah.
Wink,
if I was
wink,
still
wink.
single. Well, what were you gonna say?
I don't know, man. It just comes off as so cheesy to me. 'Cause
It's
I'm
so
like,
cheesy.
I'm like, yeah. Like, it gave me the Tobey Maguire getting beat up in the hallway kind of vibe when he was, for like one of the first Spider-Mans or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Joe Magdaleno.
Yeah, just like, are we doing this? Like, this is a thing right now? Like, this is really happening? And it's just, it was so obnoxious because I'm like, bro, you're like nigh the most powerful creature on this planet. Are you really, like, going along with this right now? But all right, we'll play along. He's dancing and stuff.
Let me ask you a question. You're not a fan of those like typical high school
Yeah,
movies
I
where
hate
the
those.
nerd tries to get the girl?
No, I hate those quintessential, like,
Oh,
oh
those
yeah,
speak to
these are the tropes. These are the tropes. And I'm like, it's kind of,
I know those movies aren't trying to win awards, but for some reason it works on nerds like me because it's so easy for me to put myself in
yeah,
those
because people
shoes.
can resonate with it. I'm like, I get it. I'm just like, yeah, man. I just,
Yeah.
it just rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay, so
yeah.
thoughts on, to expand on that, thoughts on
Yeah.
Chi-Chi.
Oh, she was fire.
She was great, right?
She's fire.
Jamie Chung.
Yeah,
Is
she did
Chi-Chi
a job.
part of the like fighting cabal that
No,
like everybody's
no.
involved in? What is
Chi-Chi
with the
barely
fighting cabal?
fights.
She screams.
She screams.
Screams at
Like-
him because he is a terrible dad.
He's a terrible dad, terrible
Terrible
father,
Lover.
terrible husband.
Who's it? Goku?
Goku.
In the cartoon,
trash.
they get married.
Oh,
That's his main thing, and he is MIA.
Yup.
Child support needs to be.
woof.
It's actually
He
an
is terrible.
ongoing theme of
It's a
the
thing.
show.
Yep.
Because
That's
he's off saving the
insanely
world and
serious.
stuff,
Is
right?
that what he's doing?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
Hey,
Does
man.
he ever get? Does he have like a girlfriend on the side? or
No,
anything?
no,
No, he has
no.
a whole wife that, again, he just says, nah, I'm good. I got stuff to do. I punch walls aggressively.
Chi-Chi never fights. She's not a fighter in the cartoon. Sometimes she fights. I think they
Right.
meet each other fighting
Yeah,
and all that
yeah.
stuff. But beyond that, she just becomes like a housewife.
She's
That's
just a
very aggressive.
housewife.
Bless you, bless you.
Thank you, Hail Satan.
Whoa. But Jamie Chung is in. I thought Jamie Chung and Justin Chatwin.
Yeah.
So that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about this. The guy that plays Goku.
Okay.
He, at first, I fucking hated how he was casted, but I have an immense amount of respect for him because in preparation for this role, he read all of the manga.
Yeah.
He watched so much of the anime. And he even read this old book that inspired the creator of that
Journey to
inspired
the West.
Toriyama. Yes, Journey to the West.
Journey to the West.
He read that in preparation because the script prior to what it is now was entirely different.
That's usually how it works, right?
Do we
Yeah.
know? Do you guys know
Thousands of
anything of
remakes.
what that original script was? How was the storyline
Do you know
going to
anything
go?
about that?
Does anybody
Of what,
know?
the actual Dragon Ball script or
Yeah, does anybody know?
I just knew it was tied in closer to the source material.
That's a
Cast into the
shame.
ethos.
That's a shame.
Cast
Yeah,
into
man.
the ether.
Yeah,
It
and
was
so
terrible. Yeah.
it was, yeah, dude.
Am I allowed to like Dragon Ball knowing that my first foray into the world was this movie, or do I have to like pretend like I have never seen this movie?
I prefer it this way because at least you got the worst shit out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what I'm thinking.
I hope it
that's
just
not
doesn't.
bad.
I hope it just doesn't turn off him to Dragon Ball movie 4 because he was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, this movie's not what turns me off. Don't worry.
Well
Because
played.
Jamie Chung, yeah.
Well played.
No, I think this is an interesting world. I was kind of taken aback of how like vehemently people on the internet hate this film. They
Yeah.
really just don't even give it a second chance. And from the outside looking in, we've watched a lot of really bad movies doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And this isn't worse than
You know why it's not that bad right now?
Why?
Because we just watched Super Mario Bros. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, it's trash.
Trash. Way
I
further off.
also really like that movie.
And
guy likes trash.
That Yoshi was disgusting. I
Right?
was like,
A
what is
baby
that
dinosaur.
mutant?
It was the failed Jurassic Park dinosaur.
That was something, bro. They took one of the little Indoraptors and was like, yeah.
Very.
What that was.
Yeah.
What that was, bro.
I don't know, guys. The Goombas look okay.
The Goombas were terrible.
We're talking about
Dragon Ball.
Touche.
Well, very similar to that Super Mario Bros. Script. This went through so many changes in the middle of the set.
Okay. So many hands probably mixed the pot up and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know what this is at the final result.
Yes.
there's only one cook in the kitchen.
It should only have one cook in the kitchen, man. I don't know though, because it's also like somebody should have came back and be like, hey, we gotta check this. This is deviating vastly from the original concept.
Yeah.
And you have a huge shoe to fill. It's not like they're just like, oh, we can just make this from nothing because we have
Yeah.
nothing to pull from. So whatever we come up with is what we come up with.
Yeah.
But if you know you literally have an entire fan base that's like, hey, we know directly where it's coming from, so it needs to match like this. And if it doesn't, that's a huge miss.
That's
That's the hard
danger,
thing.
yeah.
I do think, though, in 2009, production companies were like, this is America.
Yeah.
And then they like make the film the way they want to do it. And then
Absolutely.
everybody's like, this sucks. We like Dragon Ball Z. And then they're like, oh.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a huge Western influence that
For
gave
sure.
it more of a American kind of vibe to it.
20th Century Fox, for sure. There's somebody in the boardroom in every writer's room who was just like, Goku's got to be white, guys. And it's just like,
I'll tell you this.
why?
Can't resonate with him. if he's
The
not.
main writer he felt so bad about this. First of all, he had not watched an episode of Dragon Ball.
he talked about
Clearly. I could have told you that.
And so embarrassed of this movie that he gave a public apology saying, guys, I'm so sorry. This was a quick cash grab for
it. Yeah,
me.
and he even admitted it. I was like, yeah, just call it what it is.
Yes.
It's like when
Follow
Will
it is.
Smith apologized for Wild Wild West.
because he knew nothing about the original, right?
No, it's because the movie sucked. He actually did
Oh, he
quite a
just
bit of
apologized
research.
for it.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
I like Wild Wild West, though. It's good. It's a good movie. I like cowboys.
You know, but we have to, with stuff like this, we have to remove biases from we have to remove biases. Like, you liked Super Mario Brothers because it was such a tent pole film in you and your brother's childhood.
For
right?
sure. It was silly. And I even remember my brother potentially watching this film. We only liked the scene with the car because he's doing like the head dance and he's like jumping around. And we like that scene. I remember that scene. I've seen that scene before. But I
Yeah,
don't
what else
remember
do you
watch-
like? Because this is a podcast we're supposed to defend the movie.
I like a lot, honestly. Look, let me take it for a second here. Everybody shut the fuck up. Stop interrupting me for 2 fucking minutes,
The nervous.
please.
being very polite now.
Apologies.
No.
Apologies.
It's okay. I accept it. Christian, your turn.
I'm sorry.
I accept. I really like that this movie just says fuck it.
Does it?
It says something.
No, I think it's saying we're trying.
Sadly.
I-
Sadly.
It would have been better if they were just like in a fuck it mood.
What I like about this film has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Z. What I like about this film is just that it's like a fun, campy film. Camp doesn't sell. Camp didn't sell in 2009. It was dead after 9/11. And there's no reason for them to make a film based on something else and not look at the source material. I agree with all of that. That being said, kind of cool when they're stuck in the well and the Dragon Ball happened to be right next to them, right?
Kind of plot convenient.
Plot convenient. Yeah.
It was all just like the writer wrote a scene, and then he had to like turn it in that night, and was suddenly like,
crap.
and they drill a hole in the wall, and they're on top of a volcano. It's like, wait, they drill a hole in the wall, and they're on
Fuck, dude.
top of a volcano.
Let's talk about these volcano monsters. These volcano monsters, when you chop them up, they regrow, they duplicate.
Bro, this
Yes.
was something out of a Power Ranger TV show.
Yeah.
I
This
believe
is
that's
Putty
Wolverine.
Patrol?
Yes. Oh, no, but the way they looked,
Yeah,
though.
bro. I was like, this is trash.
He was throwing them in. He was, let's make a bridge. And so he
Uses
Let's
their
make a
bodies to
bridge.
make a bridge.
throws them. When I think he, as a Saiyan, shouldn't he be able to fly? Where's his Nimbus cloud?
He can what?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's explain it.
Let's explain that.
Like a
Okay.
Nimbus 2000 for Harry Potter?
Kinda.
Actually-
He flies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Nimbus
cloud that
2001.
Goku rides.
Yeah.
Let me show you. It actually,
Right.
it looks way
He
cooler.
rides a cloud.
He rides a cloud.
He doesn't
Like a
get a rug
skateboard.
like
Like-
Aladdin.
like-
He doesn't get like.
I mean, if Aladdin can ride carpets, my man can ride a cloud, bro.
Yeah.
Let my man live his life. But yeah, he
And I think
was
you could actually
hoofing
like
it.
buy stuff online to make your skateboard look like a Nimbus
Superman
cloud.
doesn't need a Nimbus cloud. Superman just flexes his butt and he starts flying.
Yeah, a lot of butt.
No, but look at this.
farts.
That's how. This is what original Goku is supposed to look like.
Why is he so small?
He's supposed to be a child.
Yeah, because the Dragon Ball movie, he's supposed to be a child. I don't know who
Yes,
that
he's not supposed to be an
18-year-old
yes.
teenager was, going through prepubescent issues and
Yeah.
life,
Right?
Angst.
A lot of hormones.
angst.
Trying to get it in with
Get
Jamie
it
Chung.
in.
But this Goku looks like an adult.
That's because in Dragon Ball Z he grows up.
Such is life.
That's what I'm. Yes, man.
Such is life.
Dragon Ball. This anime is
Yeah.
incredible.
So he starts as a baby.
As we all.
Is that what you call a baby?
As we all. Full head of hair and walking around. What's up, player?
And then he starts banging all these chicks.
Yeah, that's the only chick.
No,
Yeah,
I think
that
that's,
is Chi-Chi. That's Chi-Chi.
That's like a fan made. No, look at this picture he pulled up. That's like a fan made like orgy going on
Oh
with
yeah, I don't know
Goku.
what's happening there. Oh,
I would like to watch the Goku orgy.
No, thank
you
you.
probably could in certain websites.
It would exist.
Gokuji.
Kamehameha would have a completely different meaning.
So what's the
Emphasis on the
Kamehameha?
con.
Is he an airbender or what?
No.
Something.
Can you expand on this, Sharmaarke?
You know, like chi, like the idea of chi is supposed to be like your inner energy, and so he's able to harmonize or harness his inner energy to fire it off in like powerful death beams.
Yep.
pretty much.
You know,
Death
taking
Knot.
in the
Yeah.
power of the universe. That was actually accurate because, like,
Right.
when he does
Yeah,
in the
he-
cartoon, when he does the spirit bomb,
Right, and he fires it off, but not these little gusts of wind like someone opened the window. I
They
like
He's
that
farting from his hands.
they look like blue farts.
like hand
Yeah.
farts.
Can anybody do the Kamehameha?
Yeah, anyone could.
Actually,
Anyone could.
yep. You don't have to be a Saiyan to be able to do
Literally
it.
anyone could. You just have to learn from Master Roshi because he's giving them out by like the dozens. You can get a Kamehameha. You
He
trains
is the
everybody.
Oprah of Kamehameha.
Kamehamehas. He trains anybody. Just ask.
Yeah,
him.
so Yamcha eventually could do like a Kamehameha.
Krillin could do a Kamehameha.
Krillin, who you don't know, who is such a pivotal character in the anime.
Literally his best friend.
Goku's best
Grew up
friend.
beside him.
They got rid of that motherfucker.
And now they're like, no, we don't need best friends out here. We're solo dolo in these
Yeah,
streets.
dude.
Disrespectful.
Goku has 0 friends in this movie.
0, bro.
He gets Jamie Chung. He gets Chi-Chi.
All he needs is Chi-Chi in his life.
I know of a name, and I know this is going to upset you guys, but who is Vegeta?
The greatest character of all time. Who
The greatest
wasn't here, bro.
anti-hero
Facts.
villain turned
Villain.
anti-hero turned hero.
Greatest.
I don't know. How can you summarize Vegeta?
Vegeta is what. If I gotta compare it to somebody in DC, he would be like a Red Hood.
Oh, I do like Red Hood.
Good guy who went bad and then went good. He's like Red Hood.
Dude, I'm telling you.
He's like Red Hood. He's like, oh, okay.
I have a lot of homework.
You have a lo-
literally Vegeta is like, I like this show because of this guy.
I like that town.
You could skip some filler episodes. In the anime, I don't know if there's a spoiler, but like Vegeta, he raises a family with Bulma.
Yeah, I
The
don't know
girl
how
with the
to do
gun?
that. Yeah, she was out
Yeah.
here just wild West, and she
Yeah.
finagled
Does
them
she have
with
a gun
deuce,
in the-
deuce pistols? No, she doesn't. Not at all.
No, she doesn't.
That's why I was completely thrown off of that. They're fighting the Putty Patrol. She's like, deuce,
Dual
deuce action.
wielding.
Deuce,
Deuce, deuce
action. I was like, girl, go home. Why are you here?
Go
Like,
home. What they got accurate was like, yeah, she she is extremely intelligent and
Yeah.
can like create machines.
Right.
She's like she's a mechanic.
She's a
They
genius.
didn't explain that in the film.
She's a genius. Like she had all these techie things, and they're alluding to the fact that she's an inventor, she's a genius. But I'm like, she's not here on the front lines. Like, get me my shotgun. Like, no, ma'am, stop it.
In the film, this says that she has a PhD in applied mechanics.
I was like, okay, that's what we're doing.
And so in the anime, she's supposed to have blue hair.
Uh-huh.
And did you see what kind of hair
Oh,
this
it was-
Bulma had?
She had a streak of blue.
Yeah.
Streak.
It was supposed to be an homage
It was a hint.
to the anime.
I think they call that a tip of the hat in Hollywood.
Good sir.
yes.
Good sir.
And Master Roshi, his
Hawaiian shirt.
just like an anime, and him
That was
being
all. That's all they took.
and him being perverted, just a little bit. That's about it.
And then it was Chow Yun Fat, wasn't it?
Chow Yun Fat
Yeah,
is the guy that
just
played
chilling.
Roshi.
Chilling. I was like, all right.
Is Piccolo the main bad guy?
In Dragon Ball, yes.
Disrespect, bro. Yeah, Piccolo is the guy.
What did you think? How do you think about his look?
I think for the year it was made, I was like, Piccolo was the better looking character out of all of them. They look like they put the most time into him.
Oh well, and the actor is like, arguably an incredibly handsome
Right.
actor. If you, he's the guy from Angel. I don't know if you guys remember that show.
David
from,
Boreanaz?
Yeah,
Right on the nose. Boom.
he's from Angel, and
Specific
he
name.
looks like an angel.
Specific.
Except in this film, he looks like an alien.
Like an alien demon.
He's
I got a question because they don't explain it in the film, and I would like just a little bit of understanding. We're supposed to be told in the beginning of the film that Piccolo is sent to prison or jail or something.
okay. What they
And
said?
then immediately he's just like on Earth.
A band of ancient warriors sentenced the supervillain Piccolo to an ether where he's imprisoned. Except in this
Forever.
movie, they don't really explain why he comes out.
He's just out
He just comes back.
Do you know how how does he get out?
on parole.
He's on parole?
That's right.
Straight up parole?
He was on parole because there's no reason why he was out.
There's
Space
no
parole.
reason,
There's
dude.
no reason why he was
There's
out.
no reason.
The movie just starts off and he's floating over Earth like, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
He's floating over Earth in like a penis-shaped zeppelin. And he's got his chick with like her tits hanging out.
Who's an actual character in the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
How does she know to turn into Chi-Chi?
She can't do that in the
How
anime.
does she know? Because, and also like they're just like, yeah, Chi-Chi. And it's like, wait a minute, there's too many Chi-Chis.
There's there can never be enough Chi-Chis, I'll tell you that.
Nice.
Thank you. But I thought that scene where Goku is he has that one moment of like, oh shit, my girlfriend's a clone, and like punches the wrong one. Actually really funny.
That's funny. That was
Is that
funny.
fairly
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z-E?
No.
Oh.
I mean, he is an idiot. He is.
Oh, yeah,
an
he's-
absolute idiot.
Who
But-
loves
Goku's
rice.
a tool?
Yeah, he's a tool, right? Goku's kind of a tool.
Would you say that? I would just say he's a douche.
Yeah, he
He's a
knows he's
douche.
strong and doesn't really take his strength seriously. He's
Yeah.
kind of just like, let me just carb up and then I'll fight the next bad
He's
guy
one
that
of
comes.
those guys who's like, if there's a fight, he plays around with the guy, and then the guy gets a lucky shot in, and then he's like, "Oh, run it back." Nope, should have been serious from the jump, because that guy was. He's that guy. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very.
I think you would actually like Goku.
I'm very interested. I think Vegeta might be more up my alley.
Yeah, I was like, I think you like Vegeta. Vegeta's a very straight to the point, no nonsense.
So-
guy.
Is he in this film, or do they hint at
No.
him in this film? Do they like? Do we see his
God
like
he wasn't in the
shoes or
film.
something?
Thank God he wasn't. in the
Oh,
film.
how do you think he would look? Who
I don't know.
in your
God.
list of actors? Who do you think could play him?
Be James Marston.
I need to Google that name now.
That's the guy that plays Cyclops.
Just like a random
No,
white
that's
guy.
a random white guy. That's a hard no. Hard no.
Did you see how this movie was made? It would have to be James
I don't
Marston.
know.
Do you think these actors should have been Asian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Because in my head, I was like, Goku's an Asian guy. He just has a super swole physique, more
Yeah.
Europe or more American-esque, so to speak, for lack of better terminology. But just he's an Asian guy. They're all Asian people.
They should be. You know, they were thinking about like having them sport wigs, and they're like, "Oh, this is." No, we want to do a realistic take to it.
Yeah, and they were just like, get that white guy. I like
Oh,
his
it's good
walk.
that they took the realistic take for this
Right, I
film.
was saying.
So glad they
that white
just
guy with brown hair real quick. Let him flip his
doubled
hair.
down. But you know what the
Hair
most
flip.
realistic scene was? When his hair shoots hair gel back onto the mirror after he slicks his hair down. Is that a thing with Goku's hair? Is his hair its own thing?
No,
His hair is spiky.
yeah,
but
it was supposed to be a tip of the hat to
Yeah.
Goku's spiky hair.
It was
I
garbage.
tried to do my hair like Goku.
Yeah.
Have fun
Right now.
right now.
This was my
I
ode
see
to
the
Goku.
curl. I see the curl.
You have a lot more growing to do, dude.
You got a lot more growing to do, dude. Tell me about this film because that was incredibly rude.
It was a terrible film. It was not good.
I mean, I guess I know everybody hates this film.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with it because I don't know. Will I hate this film once I get into the world of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's why
Absolutely.
we dislike it so
Is there
much.
Dragon Ball X? Should I watch Dragon Ball A through B? And
There's
C?
Dragon Ball Z, there's Dragon Ball Super GT.
Yep.
The last two, tread lightly.
Tread lightly.
Tread very lightly.
If you are a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, which is by far probably arguably the most popular
You
of
can
the
say that's most
franchise.
popular. The
Yeah.
best I would say would be Dragon Ball. Me personally.
It's the origin story, man.
I mean, I don't want to give you guys homework, but can you pick 5 episodes that would be good
I
for
don't
me
know
to
that.
see?
I don't know to that extent.
I can't give you 5 episodes, but I can tell you 5 things to look for. Look for Goku versus Vegeta, Saiyan Saga, Goku versus Frieza,
Oh,
and then something with I thought the Nappa versus the Z Fighters. Was
ooh,
pretty
that's
fun.
a good one too.
That was pretty fire.
And honorable mentions to
Honorable
the
mentions.
Cell Saga
Cell Saga.
and the Majin Buu Saga.
See, I hated the Majin
You
Buu saga.
did?
I got to give context. This is us nerding out for 2 seconds.
Go, please.
Okay.
I want it.
I hated the Majin Buu saga because it literally showed why Goku is an idiot. Because I thought it was perfect at the end of the Namek saga. So long story short, all through this point, Goku has been showing growth. He starts off as like, oh, I just like to fight. And then
You
he
have a point.
develops friendships. He develops his family. He starts to like, oh, there's more stuff than just fighting. And I need to cherish those people because they're the reason I'm fighting. And then the Majin Buu saga comes and he goes, fuck all that. I don't have a kid. He has 2 kids. Doesn't give 2 shits about him. Has a whole wife. It was like, she's still there? Oh, damn. And everything for him is as a matter of, I just want to fight this guy so I can test how macho I am just to lose.
Oh.
Because he does the same thing I said earlier where he fucks around the whole time. And then the guy gets a lucky hit in and he goes, sorry. You should have been serious from the jump. And then it just so happens that these guys that he fights can blow up planets. So that's a hell of a dice roll to play.
These villains are incredibly strong.
Like your boy Majin Buu out here just turning people to chocolate. He's like, let's play around. And then everyone turns to chocolate.
You think that sounds like, wholesome and innocent
Oh, no,
right
it's
now.
terrifying. When
But
he's
it's
chewing on your mom's
terrifying.
legs
Can I ask how he turns people into chocolate? Did they ever explain it? Or he
I don't
just-
know the
he just
scientific
does it?
background.
with his head penis that shoots magic beams of chocolate nut. That's literally what it is.
He does have like a weird head
It's a
antenna
goofy
penis.
little head penis thing. It's like,
The thing about Majin Buu, type in Majin Buu. You need visual
context,
context.
How the fuck do I spell Majin Buu?
you just told him
said-
to type it in. I was
You
like,
said that like type it in like I would be like,
Actually-
Majin Buu.
That's a wild
Easy.
name, bro.
It's
Can
not
I
how it
try?
sounds.
Let me try.
Sure.
M-A-J?
I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
I-N
Correct.
and then Boo, B-O-O.
B
Close
U
enough.
U.
But close enough. It'll still come up.
They did that on purpose just so people like me would get it wrong.
Absolutely.
So fucks like you could correct me.
Exactly. So we can have something to fight on.
Okay.
Why
so,
has he got so many different forms? They got fat one
Yup.
and skinny one.
Yup.
Every
This
one,
one's
of,
really buff one.
every one of those comes because Goku fucks up. Because he messes up, and then the little guy turns some of the chocolate and eats him. And he
Oh
gets
shit!
stronger.
It opened YouTube. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's terrible. But
So
yeah,
many different forms.
These are head penises.
head penises. He has
Oh, he has
whole-
there's one form where it's a really long head
Yeah,
penis.
it's a dildo on the back. It's
He's
an
got like
elastic dildo.
huge pecs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, everyone's super buff. Even the
There's-
weakest characters.
Right. Even the fattest person is like swole when you peel back my fat.
Yes,
That's him. Am I not looking at the fattest character? Is there someone fatter?
The one on
than
the
him?
left, yeah.
Yeah, he's the fat guy.
He's the fat one.
Yeah.
Look at this one. This head penis is even longer.
Longer
It's-
than the
it's
last one.
Not as thick, but it's definitely
It's
longer.
about the girth. It's not always about the girth. It's
And
about,
how you use it.
right? It's about the way.
And all
you
of them
use
are
the pencil.
very scary.
Yeah, all of them.
I don't enjoy looking at this, guys. I'm going to be honest. Is this something that I should be afraid of?
Oh, and he becomes a good guy later too.
Which is trash.
You're mad at
Trash, bro.
everything.
Everything, bro. I thought it was I thought, yeah, Majin Buu was
How
garbage. I
on
hated
the
it.
spectrum of like fandom, where do you apply yourself?
Oh, I'm high. I'll just
High.
leave it there. I'm high. I'm not going to be like dressing up, going to Comic-Con, yelling at people high, but more like passive aggressive in my house, like, this is inaccurate.
That's exactly how I imagine you'd say it.
That's exactly how I react. It's
Bullshit.
inaccurate. It's stupid.
If you had to rate this film on a scale of 1 to 5,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
how 5 being the best, 1 being the worst,
Do I have to choose one?
you don't have to pick
Oh,
anything.
0.
Oh,
Hard as 0. Because to give it a 1 would be like they did something right. And I'm like, no, nothing was done right. Everything was trash.
I'm honestly not surprised by that.
I'm not surprised either.
It's terrible.
How about you?
Coming at it as a virgin and not knowing what's going on, It's a solid 2. It's not good. It's got a couple of high points that are worth checking out. But they explained slim to nothing.
Yeah, I think they're expecting
If they're expecting fans to watch this film, they do a real spit in the face of fans.
Yeah.
Which is why that was the big issue. It's like, if this is supposed to be a homage to fans, nothing about this the fans will like. And if you're just trying to make an objective movie,
It's also shitty.
It's shitty because you don't even explain it to the casual watcher. So it's like, so what were you trying to do here? Either option was garbage either way.
Yeah.
They're trying to make everybody upset, I think.
They didn't
Collective
commit
hatred.
anywhere.
It was a collective hatred, bro. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
man.
I don't know what happened. With that.
What would you rate it, sir?
A 1 out of 5.
You're
the
nice.
only reason I give it a 1 is because I did chuckle at those moments when Goku was this high school misfit trying to get the girl that's really pretty that happens to be with the jock bully that
And
he
him
beats up.
punching his girlfriend apparently because you're into
Oh
domestic
yeah,
violence.
no, but hey, whoa! Don't paint me into that corner.
Just laughing
I thought
about
it was
that.
kind of funny that he was
I
confused.
thought it was kind of hot that
right?
they do that.
He's like, hit her
Okay.
again. Jesus, man.
There's a scene
Okay.
in this movie where Goku is practicing his ki.
Oh yeah.
And he is surrounded by
the
5
lights.
torches.
Right.
And Jamie Chung, Chi
She
comes.
walks in.
She's like, "Let me help you practice." And so
Is that how she sounds?
Yeah,
man?
is she a master fighter in the cartoons? Because she's a master fighter in the movie.
no, and she's not. Like we said, she's just always mad at Goku. She's a housewife, a mom that's mad at Goku.
Right. Typical.
But she comes into that like little area and is like, "Yeah, okay, let's play a little game."
I love that voice.
It's honestly exactly what I heard.
5 paces away from you, Goku, and for every torch that you light with your ki
come
blast,
close, eh?
you could take a step toward me. And he's acting dumb. He says like, "Okay, what happens when I get to you?" And she's like, "Well, then I can reach you, and then we'll see what happens."
I think the scene would have been better if when he got to the last couple and couldn't light him, she just looks at him and goes, "You know, performance issues happens in 1 out of 3 men." And then she just walks away, and then he's just like, "Nah."
It's a Viagra commercial.
Viagra for kids.
Right.
Stop. It's from the Kamehamehas to
The Kamehameha.
Uzaru.
Right.
You'll never get that wrong ever again after you watch the anime.
Who's Uzaru?
Uzaru's the werewolf
It's
monkey.
your werewolf man.
It's your guy.
Can you just? I know. Everybody who has a vagina has turned this episode off, but can you just explain to me what that werewolf thing was?
It's a monkey. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a monkey. Like I said, all Saiyans are born
monkey.
with the monkey
Tail, right?
And whenever there's a full moon, they turn into this monkey, which is supposed to be gargantuan.
Right.
In like here,
It was fairly big.
no,
It was man size.
the gi was still on.
man?
size.
The gi stretches like
They all
the
just
Hulk.
they turned to the size of like
So he turned to
Bautista.
Lou Ferrigno. That's what he did.
That's it.
He
Yeah,
just Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno's Hulk, where he just grew a few
Just
inches.
grew a couple inches.
Hey,
Okay.
not big enough to be Mr. Universe. He lost that to Arnold Schwartz. And Ager.
Oh, that's
Shots fired.
Arnold was way bigger. Yeah, they weren't even the size of Arnold in this
Yeah.
movie.
If I would have saw an Arnold-sized monkey wolf, yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
that
that'd
guy,
be
I was
fucking
like,
scary.
shoot him. And we're done.
Nobody like
Shoot him.
the guns that Bulma has.
Yes.
What is she shooting? Fucking plastic out of people? Like sometimes they affect them, and sometimes it does nothing. I don't understand the
Think
strength.
harnessed key blasts?
So, yeah, because bullets, why?
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 What's going on with Yamcha?
Why? Who?
Yamcha,
Yeah. Didn't he have bullets too?
the
Didn't he
Asian
have-
guy that has the surfer voice.
So nobody uses their real voice in this film, right? Is everybody dubbed?
I think it was poor ADR. Very
Is
poor
everybody
ADR.
dubbed?
It sounded like it, right?
Like they almost did it on purpose.
It was bad. It was
Is this camp or did they think it was good?
no, I think they thought this was
Which is what blew my mind.
They thought this was good.
Which is what blew my mind when I'm like, I'm surprised you guys got that deep into production. No one was like, I'm pulling out.
Not one person. Yeah.
This looks crazy. The fact that they took you into a Levi's facility, I was like, there's no amount of CGI that we could do to be like, that's not a pair of jeans on that wall right now. Like, stop it.
Can you imagine being like the actors and like having to do the advertisement tour of interviews?
Yeah.
And like trying to talk good
I'd be
about
like,
your movie?
don't even put my face on the thing. Just write me my check and I'm just gonna go home.
That's it.
I'm not even gonna talk about this.
Detach myself from
Take
this
my
project.
name off everything. Yeah, I would have pulled out immediately. Like a couple of weeks in. I'm
I
like,
think by the time you're doing the press conferences, though, you've already gotten the check, and they're like, "Remember that check we gave you for $1 million?
Yeah,
you have to go talk about this film."
by the time you're doing that,
You
you're
have
doing,
to say good
That
things.
movie's done. So any moment you could have been
That's
out.
where they're like, "It was such a great experience going to Mexico."
What do you
Right?
think about
You
your
talk about everything else. Oh man, that Levi's facility
The
was
food
amazing
was
on the
incredible.
inside.
The free jeans.
crafting services,
Crafting services.
fantastic.
I bet you it was every
foreign
interview
mutual fund?
was like very PC. Like, yeah, we made great bonds and relationships on set, and it was just an absolute blast.
They were
Nothing
selling like
about-
war bonds though,
Right.
like
Nothing about the movie was discussed. It was everything else but that. Yeah, Mexico has such a rich culture.
I got my laptop stolen 3 separate times.
Yeah, nothing about the movie's ever gonna be brought up. Like, no, as it should be. It's
Oh,
trash.
so what's your favorite part about filming? I got cholera and almost died.
Now I know what not to do in Mexico.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
So about the movie, yeah, let's talk about the movie a little bit more.
I'm afraid to ask who your best person on set is.
I'd give it to Piccolo.
James Marster, whatever his name was.
Marsters.
Yeah, Marsters.
Masters.
Piccolo, you can tell that actor,
He tried.
he was trying.
He was trying.
And he was an actual fan of the show.
Yeah, he was
Which I
trying.
appreciate.
That's why I was like, I gave it to Piccolo because at least Loki took it serious.
Yes.
Well, he had to sit in makeup for at least 6 hours.
Oh, he better be serious at that point.
Yeah.
You got to be serious.
You're pot committed for sure.
You're committed halfway just because you've been in that chair for that whole time. Yeah, you're pseudo committed.
Yeah, you might as well act up a
Might as well.
storm after all that.
And he did his best.
Yes.
I was just like, yeah, but this movie is just garbage.
You can't turn bad writing and bad directing. Another thing, James Wong, the director, also did not watch an episode of this franchise.
He was busy making X-Files.
No, he was making a few episodes, just a few episodes, and he went on to never direct another film after this. Rightfully
Yeah.
so.
Rightfully.
Wow.
Disrespect.
Do not destroy millions of people's childhoods.
See, the same thing was I would say this is one of those movies where it's like you can't make that movie.
Yeah.
It can never be made.
Yeah.
I thought the closest iteration was the newest Man of Steel. That was the closest iteration when I was like, see, that
Is good.
is good.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
But see, Zack Snyder in 2009, I don't know if he could have done that. Now, because he has like the resources or like the equipment that can match the vision. I don't know what 2009 Zack Snyder.
What was he doing
Yeah,
in
yeah,
2009?
check those out. Yeah, because I don't know what 2009 Zack Snyder was rocking. What
Yeah.
arsenal he was packing to be like, yo, I can make this fight scene look like what I saw for the Man of Steel.
But I could trust Zack
What you
Snyder's.
got? He's-
In 2009, Zack Snyder came out with The Watchmen.
Wow.
Did you like The Watchmen?
I did. But here's the thing. It wasn't CGI heavy. It was more
No.
kind of realistic-esque.
Yes.
Yes.
And I can appreciate that. So I like the world and the grittiness. But
Which is what Zack Snyder does.
right, and I like that. But if it would have been more, I would have been like, I want to see how you can incorporate the CGI because you're not going to have regular fights. These are above regular people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see
Yeah,
Goku
he would
punching
take
regular.
he would take it to a gritty section, which would be bad in your guys'
our
opinion
eyes,
in a
but-
different way,
Right.
because he'd be using the Kamehameha to like punch bricks and shit.
Probably. But it would be an easier thing to consume from just a casual watcher.
Yeah.
I
Because then,
consumed
like,
quite a bit of it.
touche. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it is like me, like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I would have trusted Zack Snyder with it.
I would trust Zack Snyder with anything.
Not if he had the sources. I don't know. Yeah, if he had the resources to make Watchmen at the time, I think I still just knowing Zack Snyder and how I guess appreciative
Well, what
he
was
is
the
of the
Watch-
source material.
I think the funny thing is he was talked about potentially doing another Dragon Ball Z movie.
Would you watch it? Would you give another live action Dragon Ball Z movie a
Again,
chance?
just because of what I saw with Man of Steel, I'm like, I'm not going to write it off. I would just be very like, you're on thin ice.
Would you watch it in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, guys. Dragon Ball Z had a budget of only $30 million, and Watchmen had a budget of over $130 million.
I mean, but see, again, when was Watchmen made? What year was it?
2009.
2009,
Oh,
same year.
I have nothing
Same
to say.
year.
I wonder what other
nothing to say.
clout. When did Man of Steel come out? What year?
That was 2010, 2011.
Okay, so afterwards. Okay, what clout did Zack Snyder have prior to
That's a 2 year
Watchmen?
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. He had done Dawn of the
Dawn
Dead
of the
in
Dead.
2004.
And that's pretty much it. He helped out with a couple other stuff. He was a producer and writer.
He was for a while.
No, that was David Ayers. I was gonna say he wrote Training Day, but that's David Ayers. But same kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. Maybe he probably would have been the best option. No, not even probably. He absolutely would have been the
For
best option.
sure. I would choose him more so over George Lucas because George Lucas directed the first 3 Star Wars.
No,
that
he
came out
didn't.
of
He
the
actually only directed A New Hope, and then he had 2 other people direct Empire Strikes Back, which is the best of the 3, and then Return of the Jedi. He also didn't direct.
No. I thought he did Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
Attack of the
that's
Clones.
why those suck.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Zack Snyder is the best option because
Yes,
if George
yes,
Lucas
yes.
was being looked at for a
Would've been
Dragon Ball
those.
Z franchise, I was watching this YouTube video and it was making fun of George Lucas's possible Dragon Ball Z. He said, "Oh, there would have been way too many scenes of Chi-Chi and Goku just sitting down and talking," which is what he did with
I hate sand.
with Anakin and
Leia?
and no, Padme.
Queen Amidala.
The Queen. Yes. So
So real quick.
what's up?
On that, I thought Rogue One was the best Star Wars movie.
Did you like the ending?
Rogue One's
Is that
very
why?
Shakespearean. Yes, it is. But
Because-
that's incorrect. Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film.
I would say Rogue One just because I love the fact that it was super realistic in the sense of I don't care how many good guys there are. These odds don't make sense for you to somehow get a W.
Sure.
And they were wiped out immediately. They came to do their mission.
Yep.
And
Hang
they
on.
died. And I was
Time
like,
out. They still completed their mission.
They did. But it was like, it wasn't one of those, we can
You
all go
want to see
home.
bad guys
Cool.
win? Empire Strikes Back, bro. He cuts homie's hand off. He kicks him down a well. And then Darth Vader looks over at his master and he goes, "I'm the king now.
No,
I'm the captain."
I'm gonna have to.
That's Empire Strikes Back, right?
Okay.
As cool as that is, and how pivotal of a movie that was because of what it did, Rogue One in its time, where a lot of these like
It's
Disney
the best of the
owned-
modern Star Wars, yeah.
Yes,
That's the perfect way to
Best
say
of the
it.
modern
Best
Star
of the
Wars.
modern.
because the modern Star Wars are just like, yes, we could do all of these impossible things with no one dying and get on out. Rogue One.
Except if you were the guy who played as Ip Man and he was just kung fu sourcing through the bullets. I don't understand how that worked.
I don't get it.
I think he was forcing through the book.
But he wasn't even a Jedi, or he had no Jedi-esque or Force abilities. He just
Force is
felt
with
it.
me, I'm with the Force.
Touche. All right. And I guess everyone can get the Force. And you get a Force, you get a Force. Everyone can
Hey,
get
if
a
everyone
Force.
could do a Kamehameha, I guess everyone
Everyone can
could
do
do
a
the
Force.
the Force. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
I need a nap after this because that was a lot of nerd.
Hey, the
Don't
way
be ashamed of it.
yeah, the way we
But it
spoke
was.
about this, the way we spoke about this is how you speak about like your
My
Superman. What? No,
Never.
Never.
What is happening
Never,
right
never.
now? Superman is amazing, though. I was just dumb.
Superman is great.
he's a big. You guys would actually get along in that sense and have a deep talk in terms of comics and
yeah.
like Marvel and DC
I'm a
lore.
huge DC Marvel fan.
Yes, incredible.
Yeah. So next time we have you, we'll choose something that you actually like.
We'll do like Man of Steel, which is rated poorly, but is a great film.
That was disrespectful.
It is. And,
cool.
Batman v Superman. He's never seen it,
I haven't.
but I think it's really good.
Did you like it?
It was good.
Okay.
They crammed a lot into it.
So he needed another 4 hours.
You
know
could have
what?
made 2 movies out of it.
You know why I respect it, though? The Justice League movie. The Zack Snyder version.
Yup.
That,
By the way, check out our episode. It can't be that good.
Yes.
Zack Snyder's Justice
God.
League.
Snyder cut is impeccable. So good. 4
Also, check
hours
out our
well spent.
Army of the Dead episode. That was a great film too.
That was a fun one. Did you watch Army of the Dead?
No, I have not.
And our episode of Sucker Punch. We do a lot of Zack Snyder on this
We
film.
are Zack Snyder fans
Apologists.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's pretty good.
He's incredible.
He's pretty good at
He
what
knows
he
how
does.
to entertain you visually.
He does.
Cinematically.
He's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're a good fart smeller. My name's been Alejandro.
And my name has been Christian.
And over there, that's been Sharmaarke.
Sharmaarke, where can the listeners find you one last time if they didn't listen to the Tuesday
I
episode?
was just perplexed by the theme song I got. That's fire. They can find me on Instagram at the real SHARMAARKE, the real Sharmaarke.
The real Sharmaarke. All right, check out anything and everything that he does. Look at those muscles. Look at that thick neck. Look at that sharp jawline. You handsome motherfucker. I hate you.
I do my
Yeah.
best.
All right.
Follow Christian at Christian has Asbud.
Yes.
And follow me at call_me_Jesus. Follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast.
Yep.
Don't forget to check out our website, merch, and all that good shit. ICBTB.com. It can't be that bad.com. We love you. We hate you. All that good shit.
We don't hate you. We only love you.
I hate some of you.
All right, Sharmaarke, wrap us out.
Wow. Okay. We're doing this.
Sure, let's actually fucking do it.
It can't be that sad, but it can't be that bad. I'm here with my mans, and we get it in laughs. You know what it is. It's the kid. You know what it is. We getting kind of lit. Hey!
Getting kind of lit. Gotta take a shit. Let me lick that tit. Yeah. Tip of this dick. Looking so thick. Yeah, I'm hella sick, man.
Hey!
Look at me go. Yeah, there your hoe. I don't know.
Hey!
Let me fuck that real quick. Yeah, motherfucker. I'll fuck you so hard, motherfucker. I'll fuck you every fucking day. And okay, we out.